And coming up next on News Center 8, his golden tones have thrilled stadium crowds for years. But Rocco Scotty won't be there when the Indians say goodbye to Cleveland Stadium. Rocco is here live to tell us why.
And we've known for quite a while older women need extra calcium in their diets, but a report out today says the same holds true for teenage girls.
And we'll tell you why we may be spending an extra $100 a year on car insurance because of fraud.
And it's a warm and it's a muggy day here in the front yard. Will that lead to a few scattered showers and thunder showers? I think at least half of us will get some relief tonight.
Those stories and more coming up next on News Center 8.
I'm Mark Stefanski, chairman of Third Federal Savings. More than 50 years ago, my father, Ben Stefanski, started Third Federal here on Broadway. He wanted personally to help the people in his neighborhood save money to fulfill their dream of owning a home. Since then, we've grown nearly $4 billion, and we have 21 offices here in northeastern Ohio. But we're still here on Broadway, and we're still dedicated to our three basic principles of thrift, home ownership, and personal customer service. Helping people achieve their dream is the Third Federal way.
We have free design service, free delivery, low prices, and first quality cabinets. That's why Accent Kitchen and Bath is Northeast Ohio's fastest growing kitchen and bath store. Every store has display after display of complete kitchens by Aristocraft and Decora, and we make sure you get what you want at the best price. I'm Bob Skirta. Come and see why we're now Northeast Ohio's #1 choice, and all stores are open Thursdays until 8. Accent Kitchen and Bath in Willowick, Elyria, and in the Broadview Village Shopping Center.
Come to the Cleveland Clinic's free public seminar on workplace safety Thursday, August 26th. Call 444-3641 from TV8. This News Center 8 presentation is brought to you in closed caption. From Cleveland's own 24-hour newsroom, this is Cleveland's own News Center 8.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Both Dick and Lori are off today. I'm Robin Meade.
And I'm Wayne Dawson. Here's what's happening. The golden tones of Rocco Scotty singing the national anthem as only he can. For longtime Indians fans, it was one of the pleasant memories etched in our minds. For years, Rocco has been a fixture at the stadium, but there is word today he will not be part of the historic final series between the Indians and the Chicago White Sox, the final baseball games at Cleveland Stadium. And joining us now here on News Center 8 at noon is Rocco Scotty. Rocco, first of all, thank you very much for joining us
Pleasure
today.
to be here. Thanks, man.
Was totally shocked when I got word that you won't be taking part in that final series. I know it has to be a disappointment for you.
Tremendous. Yeah, big disappointment. But hey, you know, life has changed, and sometimes you don't know the reasons, but you accept them and go on with what you have to do, you know.
When did you find out?
I found out definitely about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was called and told that they had been inquiring to see what my status was. And I got a phone call that I definitely did not fit into their plans for the final 3 games.
Exactly what did they tell you?
That's what they told me. You definitely do not fit into their plans for the final 3 games.
Did they give you a reason or anything like that?
No, I don't know. I don't really any malice in this thing. I just maybe want to change. You know, I don't know, Wayne, what the story is. Of course, it hurts. It's a very big disappointment. But as I say, they've been very good to me over the years, and whatever their reasons are, I have to accept it. But it doesn't seem to make logic, is what's bothering me, because being so closely associated for so many years down there, and all of a sudden here it's the end, you know, it kind of makes you wonder.
What's been the reaction so far? Have you talked to some folks, some of your fans?
Good grief. It's been remarkable, really. Just a tremendous reaction from the city, from the people, from the radio stations, from you people. It's just been incredible. I'm just so gratified, really.
Yeah, do you think, hopefully there's a chance that the reaction from the fans will hopefully make the Indians change their minds?
I somehow doubt it. That would be great. You know, I hate to think that we'd be done with reluctance. Yeah. Because nobody wants to work under these conditions. If it's as I say, if there's malice there for some reason, it can create a problem. But Again, who knows? We'll just see as it transpires what takes place.
Thanks, Rocco. Hopefully we'll see you again next year at Gateway.
I hope so.
Okay, looking forward to that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
now.
Rocco.
Thanks a lot.
And we spoke with a team official a short time ago, and he told us the team has other plans for the final series, but they would not reveal exactly what those plans are. We will continue our coverage of this story on News Center 8 at 5 and at 6. Robert?
Thanks, Wayne. And moving on, Mayor Mike White is kicking off his campaign for re-election this noon. After a rally at Trinity Cathedral on Euclid Avenue, the mayor marched with his supporters to the election board about 8 blocks away. There, he's filing his petitions to run for another 4-year term. The mayor is not expected to have any opposition in this year's election.
Well, tomorrow is another big day for John Demjanjuk, but opponents are now lining up to block his release from an Israeli jail. In fact, the Justice Department wants an Ohio court to block his return to the U.S., and a Jewish group is calling for even more urgent action. It wants the Clinton administration to go directly to the Supreme Court to try to keep him out of this country. Meanwhile, an extremist group in Israel says if Demjanjuk is released, he'll be killed.
U.S. warplanes have apparently destroyed a missile site in Iraq. The Pentagon says U.S. planes were acting in self-defense. It says the planes were taking part in a routine monitoring mission when their crews saw the launch of an Iraqi surface-to-air missile. Iraq does not mention the missile firing, but does say a soldier and civilian were wounded in that bombing.
Marines in the nude. That's what Navy investigators are looking into this noon. Word is at least 24 and perhaps as many as 200 Marines were paid to pose and have sex in mail-order material. CBS correspondent David Martin has our story.
The continuing social drama of life in the military is unfolding at Camp Pendleton, California, where at least 24 Marines are said to be under investigation for posing in homosexual movies and magazines. The investigation began after local police had looked into the allegation, found no violation of civilian law, and called it a military problem.
The information that we've developed has been handed over to the Naval Criminal Investigative Service.
The military lives by different rules than the rest of society. Open homosexuality is still grounds for discharge, despite President Clinton's attempt to lift the ban on gays in uniform, and posing for sexually explicit pictures would violate military laws against indecent exposure. These days, the hardest part of life in the military seems to be not defeating the enemy, but figuring out what is acceptable behavior. Earlier this week, a Marine captain appeared before a military judge to defend himself against the accusation that he had molested a female Navy officer during the infamous tailhook convention of carrier pilots. And last week, the commandant of the Marine Corps had to beat a hasty retreat after announcing the Marines plan to accept only unmarried recruits. It may well be that since the end of the Cold War, no institution in America has changed more than the military. Its mission has changed, its size has been drastically reduced, and delicate social issues, which have been festering for years, are finally coming to the surface. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Becoming a father at any age is a miraculous occasion, but how about this? A veteran actor has allegedly become a daddy at the age of 78. The New York Post says Anthony Quinn has fathered a loved child whose mom is Quinn's former secretary. The woman is in her 30s, from Long Island, and identified only as Kathy. The baby would be Quinn's 11th child. Quinn's wife has reportedly left him because of the affair.
And still ahead on News 8 this noon, the latest on those Siamese twins who had to be surgically separated to have even a slim chance to live.
And we'll have the results of a new report that shows not only older women, but teenage girls need extra calcium as well. Stay with us.
There's something that sets Cleveland apart from other places. I think it's the way we look out for each other. You can see it in the way people come together for their neighbors, the way everyone pitches in when someone needs help. At TV8, we believe looking out for our own is a responsibility in news, a way of life in community service. That's why we've chosen one simple sentence to acknowledge our commitment, taking care of Cleveland's own. That's our mission at Cleveland's own TV8.
If you're a homeowner looking for a home equity loan, it's time to call Centennial Mortgage Company at 687-8080. Whether you need money for home improvement, bill consolidation, or any other personal need, call Centennial now at 687-8080. Even if you've been turned down for a home loan before or have had credit problems in the past, Centennial has helped thousands of homeowners just like yourself. So if you're looking for a home equity loan, call Centennial now at 687-8080.
There's nothing like the feel of a leather jacket. Unless it's the feel of getting one for just $69.99. Starting this Sunday, top quality leather jackets at spectacular savings at TJ Maxx. Imagine how smart that'll make you feel. See you Sunday.
Those Siamese twins in Philadelphia could be separated within the next few hours. Doctors are getting ready to surgically separate the 7-week-old girls, even though they share a heart and liver. Under normal conditions, a fertilized egg divides in two, creating identical twins. When an egg does not separate, that's when Siamese twins form. Doctors decided to go through with a risky operation, even though one of the girls, Amy or Angela Lansing, will die. Without that operation, doctors say neither would survive.
We've long known that older women may need to supplement their calcium intake, but a new study shows it's just as important for teenage girls. CBS medical correspondent Dr. Howard Torman reports.
In many ways, Andrea Quintana is a typical 13-year-old. One of those ways is she doesn't especially like plain milk, but she does know it's good for her.
What's calcium? Do you know what calcium is?
It's the stuff in milk.
Okay. Do you have any idea what it does in your body?
It helps your bones.
Okay.
I know.
That's pretty much all she needs to know, along with how much she needs to protect her bones.
Most USDA surveys show that women, and young women especially, are only getting around 500 milligrams, where they need between 12 and possibly even 1,500 milligrams. So we're just saying, just get enough calcium.
I would like to see her drinking more milk.
A report in this week's Journal of the American Medical Association takes a look at what happens when you boost adolescent girls' calcium intake from about 80% of the RDA to 110%. Now, in the study, half the girls took extra calcium in the form of supplement pills. The result? Well, after 18 months, the supplemented girls' total bone density was 1.3% better than the girls not getting the extra calcium. And that small amount matters long term. Think of putting your calcium together as a 4-piece puzzle. The simplest way to get 1,200 milligrams a day would be to drink 4 cups of milk at 300 milligrams apiece. But that's going to be way too boring for most teens. So try mixing it up. Go with 1 cup of milk, plus 1 cup of collard greens, broccoli, or some other dark green vegetable, plus 1 serving of canned fish with bones. Sardines are a pretty good choice there, plus 1 ounce of hard cheese. That'll do it.
One of the favorite things I like to eat is saltines with cheddar cheese.
Now you're talking. The next challenge for the Quintanas and for the rest of us will be to keep their calcium intake high over several years, not just several months, with the hope that long-term bone loss can be reduced.
Picnics can be a lot of fun, but not if the food goes bad and you get sick. CNN's Elizabeth Schwartz explains how long food can stay out in the sun before it starts growing strange things.
It's August, it's hot, and it's time for a picnic.
Just being outside, relaxing. It's just a total relaxing atmosphere.
Just an outing for the day, you know.
And while it's fun for people to sit out in the sun, just how long can food sit in the sun before it goes bad?
Half an hour, maybe.
Oh, I wouldn't say maybe, 2 or 3 hours?
You just don't know. I mean, getting food poisoning would be pretty bad.
The answer depends on the food. 1 hour on the picnic table is the rule for meats, for fruits and vegetables that have been peeled or cut, and for any kind of pasta or meat salad. One problem with salads:
when you mix these small pieces together, then any one contaminated piece can come in contact with other pieces that are not contaminated. So you spread the contamination throughout.
And what about foods that would seem to be indestructible in the sun? Like potato chips, soda, or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They do okay in the heat, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But what about the dreaded mayonnaise? You won't find it in this potato salad. Like many people, one of the caterers at Chastain Park in Atlanta has heard that mayonnaise is bacteria heaven in the heat. But do you really need to be concerned?
Don't worry about mayonnaise making a dud out of your spud salad. It's an old wives' tale that mayonnaise goes bad quickly in the heat. Actually, it's foods like chicken and eggs that are high in protein that spoil first under the sun.
So while you need to be careful with any salad, don't blame the mayonnaise if it goes bad.
Mayonnaise does not make a food unsafe. And in fact, mayonnaise actually retards the growth of bacteria. That's because it has a lot of acid in it.
And commercial mayonnaise is made with pasteurized eggs to make it safer. So what you've heard about mayonnaise may not be true, but some of the other old picnic sayings are true. Keep hot foods hot, cold foods cold, and stay away from the bugs. Elizabeth Schwartz, CNN, Stone Mountain, Georgia.
The monthly merchandise trade figures are in for the month of June, and the numbers aren't good. In fact, they show the worst trade imbalance in nearly 6 years. The deficit soared 44% to $12.1 billion. The simple reason, exports slumped and imports hit a record high. It was the largest monthly trade deficit since October of 1987, which was the worst year ever for American trade.
Well, Andre is outside right now. It's very pretty outside, but the yard is as hard as death right here. And look, before we switch to the weather, we want to thank you, Andre, for our gifts today.
Oh, that's right.
The deal was, yeah, we played the coffee quiz this morning.
You got it right, and we both got gifts.
I won, and
Andre
got the what's that?
You see all the bruises I've got on my arm? See all that arm twisting you did?
Oh, come on. No, I didn't twist your arm for that. I won it outright.
You did very, very well, and you deserved it, too. So enjoy in good health. I have my mug out here. It's not a News Center 8 mug. It's a Boynton mug, but it's got plenty of water in it. One thing we don't have a deficit in is the temperature. It's going to be hot this afternoon, but will that lead to thunderstorms? We'll show you first warning radar and give you our best guesstimate coming up next.
Theater at the Cleveland Playhouse. In a word, it's
exciting, enlightening,
fantastic.
The word is in, and you'll be in for an exciting season of theater by subscribing now. You'll laugh with the Broadway comedy Conversations with My Father, feast with royalty in The Lion in Winter, and savor sizzling classics like The Little Foxes. Subscribe and see 3 plays free. And for a free brochure, call 795-7000 or visit our open house this Saturday. The Cleveland Playhouse. In a word, it's
fun.
Greg Park lived with a death sentence. Several years ago, doctors told him blood vessels in his brain were malformed and nothing could stop a fatal stroke.
I felt like there was no hope in the world for me then. It was just count my days.
Greg found hope with experts at university hospitals who use new technology to prevent many strokes.
Almost on a month-to-month basis, that there's something new that allows us to better and more safely treat malformations or blisters on the blood vessel that wasn't available before.
Doctors at university hospitals can save people like Greg if they get help soon enough when symptoms are minor, an unusual headache, pain behind the eye, or weakness in a hand.
If they ignore the warning signs, we don't even get a chance to provide them with what we can do.
Sophisticated help for people who once had no hope.
I can finally get in there and enjoy life with my children.
University Hospitals of Cleveland, shaping the future of medicine.
Before you buy something like this, all these middle people have to be paid. Every hand it goes through adds something to the cost until the final price is shocking. At Lake Erie Factory Outlet Center, we get rid of all these and sell all these direct to you from famous manufacturers. In fact, hundreds of brands in 40 outlets. Factory direct savings at Lake Erie Factory Outlet Center.
A check of first warning radar will indicate that we've got some scattered showers along a cool front to our northwest. Nothing on radar right now in Ohio. See a few scattered showers just to the north of Detroit and near Ann Arbor, Michigan. The heaviest concentration right now in eastern Iowa. It's starting to diminish somewhat, but we're hoping that the line will fire up again and at least give us a 50-50 shot of a few showers tonight, tomorrow morning. Right now in the front yard, 84 degrees with high clouds mixed with some sun. We have a dew point of 68. Which is rendering it somewhat uncomfortable. The wind southwest at 8 miles per hour. Humidity 60%. The barometer 3009, holding steady right now. And the allergens, the ragweed has dropped off to 9 grains per cubic meter, low density. But mold spore jumping way up there again at 56. Voters forecast lake water right now 75 degrees. Wind southwest at 10 to 15 knots, and the waves 2 feet or less this afternoon. Ohio temperatures very, very warm right now. We're looking at 84 degrees here in the front yard, 83 degrees at Hopkins Airport officially. We're matching that right now at Akron-Canton. 80s everywhere, just about the entire state. A little bit cooler up north where they have a little more in the way of cloud cover closer to that front. Sunrise today, 6:41, will go down to 8:22 tonight. Incidentally, this morning's low was 67 degrees. Look at this giant swath of very warm and muggy air. Highs in the 80s right now. That's as we speak, but you can see that thermal difference. Let's concentrate on this right now. You can see that highs today will make it 85 to 89 across much of Ohio and Indiana. In the 70s for today, that should be highs today through much of Minnesota and also Wisconsin. That's the cool front, which is going to, at least hopefully, knock on wood, give us something in the form of some precipitation sometime between the 2 a.m. hour of tomorrow, about 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock. That front by sunrise will be getting very, very close. Again, the best chance for showers in the wee hours or in the pre-sunrise hours of tomorrow. Here's the satellite. You can see that front pushing in. Eventually, we'll end up with some of the sunshine, much, much cooler as well. Again, we're hoping for this line to fire up as it begins to pull down towards northern Ohio. Heaven knows we could stand to use the rain. Palmer indexes indicate that we need 3.81 inches of rain to get back to normal. Forecast details this afternoon calling for a sun-cloud mix, very warm, very muggy, looking for a high between 85 and 89. Hit-and-miss showers and thunderstorms tonight. Let's hope they're more hit than miss. High temperature or overnight low temperature 69 degrees. It looks like the majority of the showers will strike after 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. A morning spritz or a shower on Friday. Otherwise, a variable sky. Could see some sunny peaks by afternoon. Cooler 79. Cool on Saturday. Puffy clouds mixed with sun 75. Sunshine on Sunday and 80. And a sun cloud mix back up to 85 on Monday. Weather line number 881-0880. If you do any kind of backyard work today, make sure you hydrate yourself. Keep a glass of water handy. It's going to be warm and stuffy until the weekend. Very, very cool. A much cooler change, guys, this weekend. Robin, Wayne, back to you.
Thanks, Andre. Bring on the weekend. Taking a look at Wall Street this Thursday noon, the Dow is up, standing at 2.24 at 3607.10 on a volume of 135,700,000 shares. The price of an average share up 3 cents this noon, and gold is selling at $372.50 the ounce. In sports, it was another tough night on the lakefront for the good guys. They couldn't hold a lead and were swept by the Jays. The Tribe had a 6-2 lead before the Jays began their rally, finally tying the game at 6 off reliever Derek Littlequist. It was all even until the 11th when Paul Molitor lined one up the middle, scoring John Olerud, giving the world champs a 7-6 win. The good guys are in Beantown tonight. And the Browns and the Rams will practice against each other today out in Berea. That practice time begins at 2:30 in case you're interested in going out there.
Thanks, Wayne. It's still to come on News Center 8. We'll show you some folks who rushed on board a bus after a crash.
And they're not part of any rescue team either. They're there to make a big insurance claim. That story right after this.
What's better than 0% interest? 0% interest for 1 full year at Credit. 0% interest on the top name brands. 0% on appliances, TVs, audio, VCRs, camcorders, computers, and more. All at Fretter's guaranteed low prices in every department. All for 1 full year. But hurry, 0% interest offer ends Saturday. Come in now and see why. It's always better to buy at Credit. And if anyone claims otherwise, there's no way.
Value City does it again with part of a $2.7 million buyout. A fabulous collection of ladies' designer silk coordinates, not $70 to $150. Blouses $16.99. Slacks and skirts $19.99. Blazers and jackets $39.99. $400,000 closeout. Juniors colored denim jeans and Missy fashion denim jeans, not $25. Your choice. $9.99. And long sleeve cold shoulder bodysuits, not $20. Only $12.99. For the best in name brand values, nobody does it better than Value City department stores.
Heard this one before? What do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do? Blockbuster? Blockbuster. Done. So if you want to do something exciting tonight, make it a blockbuster.
One day, Bill Foster decided he'd had enough.
Give me some money. Give us your briefcase.
Of life in the 90s.
You forgot the briefcase.
Michael Douglas, Robert Duvall, Falling Down. Look for it on video cassette.
It's the Rumble for the recipe. Coleman versus Beeler. Uh-oh, Beeler's got a secret weapon. Coleman can't resist the Colonel's original recipe chicken. Try it again yourself at KFC. here's a deal that really packs a punch. Enjoy 15 pieces of original recipe chicken for only $10.99. You'll get 15 pieces of KFC chicken cooked with our secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, all for the knockout price of $10.99.
You better get there before me.
You may be spending $100 more a year on car insurance because of fraud. Such fraud can be blatant. CBS correspondent Roberta Baskin was with a New Jersey fraud unit at the scene of what appeared to be a bus accident.
This accident on the streets of Newark, New Jersey may look like just another fender bender, but nothing is as it seems.
He works for me, but he don't.
Meet mastermind and master fraud investigator Lou Parisi.
It's easy to tell who jumped on and who wasn't on the bus because everybody on the bus, when we start out, are fraud division investigators.
Parisi is director of the New Jersey Insurance Fraud Division, and for the past 3 years, he's conducted an ambitious undercover investigation he calls Operation Bus Roulette.
It's a beautiful day for what we have to do. So, John, why don't you give them the details about where we're going?
Simply put, Lou Parisi stages bus accidents. Why all this effort? Dozens of undercover agents, hidden cameras, and countless hours of preparation.
This gentleman owns about 50 or 60 buses, right? His bus company has well over 100 accidents, am I right, a year? Yes. Very minor damage, no damage to the bus. And you continually get people claiming disabilities, that they fell through the bus, that they broke bones, all kinds of crazy things, and ask for exorbitant amounts of money when they weren't even on the bus.
Parisi calls those kinds of people jumpers, and his plan is to catch them in the act. That's me, wearing a black wig. Accompanied by an undercover photographer, I'm a willing passenger on yet another accident waiting to happen.
Nail and hammer, let's go. Give it a roll, we're on.
It takes less than 30 seconds for the first jumper to make her move.
Finger 1, 2.
Even paramedics and police don't know this accident was set up by the fraud division. And eventually, all 3 people who jumped on the bus head for the hospital.
Now, reporter will have much more on this story on CBS Eye to Eye with Connie Chung. That's tonight at 9 on TV8.
What do you hate about your mattress?
It's collapsing. Too small?
Oh, if you hate your mattress, listen to this. Right now at Kronheim's, get Serta and therapeutic bedding in twin, full, queen, even king size, starting at just $88 each piece. Kronheim's always guarantees free disposal of your old bedding and a free 30-night trial. And with our free express delivery, you can buy today and sleep better tomorrow. If you hate your old mattress, you're going to love this all-size sale. Kronheim's, your #1 sleep solution.
Treat yourself to great under fashions from Warner's and Olga from Kaufman's. Right now at Kaufman's, choose from Warner's collections of Shine On, Cotton Kisses, just your fit and delicate pleasures. Buy 2 bras and you'll get 1 free. Or buy 2 and get 1 free when you choose from Olga's collections of Shimmer Lilies, Body Silk Reflections, and Embroidered Body Satin Stretch. Treat yourself to the savings on great under fashions from Warner's and Olga, now at Kaufman's.
The last time we checked, 1 + 1 still equaled 2. But today at 5, we'll bring you the story of Cleveland teachers going back to school to learn how to teach new math. What does it mean for our kids and their futures? We'll have the details at 5. Plus...
Hi, this is Neil Zerker. Does a bagel a day keep the doctor away? I don't know. But tonight we'll introduce you to the Bagel King of Cleveland, a News Center 8 at 5, just around the corner.
And then when you join us for News Center 8 at 6, you may think your baby is extra safe in your car if he or she is in a child seat or your car has airbags. But that's not the case. At 6, we'll tell you why the two are a deadly mix.
And finally, love was definitely in the air in Rye, New York last night. In fact, there were real fireworks. Take a look. A man actually ordered the fireworks display just for his girlfriend, and now she's his fiancé. You see, in the shower of sparks appeared the message, "Will you marry me?" And of course, she couldn't refuse such a colorful and creative offer. Well, good for them.
Your fiancé should have thought of that.
Well, yeah, our engagement was a little bit more subdued and low-key than that.
Just got down on one knee, huh? And
Yeah,
it worked.
that was
You
it.
don't have to do all that.
just fancy, not fancy, but plain and simple, and it works.
Only if the woman loves you. And that is our show for today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Please stay tuned for updates throughout the day and join us for complete reports of News Center 8 at 5, 6, and 11. Have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye.
It's a big one. Kaufman's one-day sale, Thursday only. All stores open 9 to 11. The one-day sale, Thursday only at Kaufman's.
20 hours of labor, 1,800 diapers changed, and more stains than you can count. Welcome to motherhood. Time for new Oxidol. It's got this stain-seeking bleach. Hard to believe, I know, but it actually works. It gets out lots of stains better than any regular detergent. Trust me. What more do you want? I mean from a detergent.
Stains find kids. Oxidol finds stains. Now approved by Oshkosh B'gosh.
Whoa, at the Giant Eagle Pharmacy, there's a wide selection. Come and see.
I've never seen so many kinds of shampoo. You better choose, honey.
Radical shade. Groovy price. Groovy? You're so retro. Here's one that won't upset your stomach, Mrs. Wilson.
Giant Eagle, so simple for you.
There are enough choices here to boggle my mind.
These low prices boggle my mind. Register today for the Run, James Run Women's Only Run and a 5K family walk on August 28th. Call 651-1450 from TV8.